This is Baltic House, right in the heart of Liverpool. There should be 200 new homes here, businesses. Instead, there's a deserted concrete shell. And this is the assistant mayor with the Baltic Triangle developer, North Point Global, and a sales agent. Snapped in Hong Kong in 2015, investors there say they thought Gary Miller's handshake signalled the city's official backing for Baltic House. But the scheme is entirely private, and Mr. Miller says it meant no such thing. It's just one of many photographs he posed for during his trip.
Why you came to Hong Kong? Why, if you think that Baltic House is nothing to do with the council, why, with your title, Gary Miller came to Hong Kong and take photos with the big banner at the back? Why?
Gary Miller says the photo was used without his permission to promote developments in Liverpool to Chinese investors, developments that some say have now damaged the city's reputation.
What we need in this area is to build on what this area is becoming good at. Places for artists, places for graphic designers, places for a whole variety of people from the media, a gallery where they could meet. And instead of that, what we got is this. Small business people have lost money on this development. Investors from all over the world have lost money on this development.
Investors like Jane, who lives in Hong Kong. She bought a student flat off plan in Baltic House.
It's my money. I mean, it's my saving. My children are still under education. I mean, that's their education money.
Jane's asked us to hide a face. She sank her family savings, nearly £55,000, into one of 311 units in this building, and she's not the only one.
The majority buyers for these uncompleted projects are from Hong Kong and China, but we also have buyers from Middle East, California, Australia, and even in the UK.
And when building on Baltic House ground to a halt, the developer owned by North Point Global blamed Brexit, the failure of another deal, liquidity and the rising costs of construction. They told investors most of their money was gone, and to complete on this deal they needed 11 million more, or they'd have to liquidate the company. Jane says there are at least 160 others just like her, small-time investors who bought into Baltic House, paid large deposits up front, some as much as 80%, for the promise of guaranteed returns. If everything had gone North Point Global's way, they say there would have been a gallery as part of this development dedicated to street art and graffiti, complete, the promotional material said, with its own collection of Banksys. That collection may well have included Banksy's Liverpool rat. It disappeared from the side of this pub shortly after it was sold in 2011. And North Point Global's partners in the gallery scheme, the Secura Group, have been criticised for removing Banksy's public works to put them into private collections. Artists around the city have taken their protests to the walls. A spokesman for the Secura Group has told me,
"We don't steal art, we help landlords preserve and protect Banksy's work. While the Baltic Triangle Gallery may be dead, we are in discussions to bring an exhibition of his work, including the pieces removed from the city's walls, back to Liverpool before the end of the year."
The Banksy Gallery and Baltic House aren't the only North Point Global sites in Liverpool that have stalled, leaving investors worried. Not 2 minutes' walk from Baltic House is the £200 million